Let's bring in Republican Senator John Kennedy, also of Louisiana. He serves on the Banking and the Budget Committee. Senator, thank you so much for being with us. Greatly appreciate it. I want to ask you about the two issues that we're hearing from Republican senators the most, both of which I think you're concerned about. And let's start with the one that'll affect your constituents, and that is Medicaid. The concern about Medicaid cuts. You know, there's always been this belief in past 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that Medicaid was mainly for hospitals and urban centers, but a lot of your constituents in Louisiana and also Red State America also concerned about Medicaid cuts. We've heard it from Josh Hawley and others. What are you going to be looking at during this process on the issue of Medicaid to protect your constituents?
I know what you're thinking. That, yes, indeed, I was a Democrat. I was a Democrat before 2007. And I did indeed attend Vanderbilt University. And I did indeed attend Oxford, Ivy League. But somewhere along the way, I fell off of that turnip truck and I came to my senses and I became a Republican. Why? That's like asking a pig if he liked mud. Well, that's like asking a pig if he liked wallowing and rolling in the... Well, that's like asking a pig if he liked to wallow in the mud. Well, that's like asking a pig if he liked to wallow in the mud. Well, that's like asking a pig if he liked wallowing around in the mud. Well, that's like asking a pig if he liked wallowing in the mud. Well, that's like asking a pig if he liked wallowing in the mud. Well, that's like... well, that's like asking a pig... well, that's like asking a pig if he liked rolling around in the mud. Oh, man, Jane Comer, boy... Jane Comer, boy, why you got to sound like you just robbed a bank and you was the getaway driver? I wasn't in the bank. I was just in the getaway car. Shit.
You can't just wake up one day and start talking like Owen Wilson. Can you even comprehend? You can't do it. Do you know how many years of theatrical training it takes for me to talk like this and make this face? You have no idea.
Now, I know that I may sound like I'm from the very heart of the down south, dirty down south. But I assure you, I did indeed graduate from law school. Now, I'm going to try to break this down so that y'all can understand. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to try to break this down in a manner that doesn't reflect that I am from an Ivy League elite class. No, I want you to think that I am one of you. And I am. There goes that damn alert. That's why I keep my notifications off. Because it's going to interrupt me in the middle of my soliloquy. Do you like your money? You just answered your own question. Okay, Next.
Now, if you let me get a word in edgewise, now I promise I won't refer to myself in the third person. I slipped into a little bit of George W. Bush with that stop. Can I get a word in edgewise? Thank you. If there's one thing that I do know about, it's some money. And if you're not gonna let me get a word in edgewise, can I buy a vowel? Okay, bear with me. I'm going to slow down my diction. Okay, I want to make sure that you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Okay, I'm going to, quote, retard my speech pattern, and quote. And when I say I'm going to retard my speech pattern, I'm sure you can imagine exactly what I am saying to the literal sense of the word retard my speech. It ain't got nothing to do with a slander or derogative or, negative description of the Democrat. Look, as long as my role as leader in the oversight committee, if you don't have to worry about James Comer coming up with no evidence on the Biden-Trump family, because everybody know Joe Biden. Hang on 1 minute. I got the evidence. It's right here, and we already had the whistleblowers. We already had the whistleblowers testify against Joe Biden. You don't need to hear that testimony because it's secret. Okay, I'm the boss here, and I say what comes in as evidence. Okay, yeah, cause I'm the committee chair. That's why I run this operation now. So as long as y'all's investigation don't infringe on my investigation, we gonna be just fine, you and me. Well, I think we ought to take Jasmine Crockett and put her in the Guantanamo Bay. The Guantanamo Bay. Oh, we need to lock her dark. We need to lock her up because she called me a bleach, blood, fat, filth, butch body. Can you believe that? Yeah, you heard Jasmine Crockett attack me on the house floor. Nonetheless, can you believe? I wish Caroline Lovett had been around. I bet you she wouldn't have said nothing then. Watch, we gonna have to lock us some Democrats up if we gonna win in the midterm. Let's start with Jasmine Crockett. My ma and my pa, they named me John Neely Kennedy, partly after the great John Kennedy Jr. and also Neely because they could see that is where I would be spending a lot of my time as a politician. Neely. They call me John Neely Kennedy, and the name speaks for itself. Now, I know y'all are all upset about this little squabble we got going here with the President of the United States, who's never wrong. You know that now. And Mr. Elon Musk. We cannot be in this knockdown, drag out fight all in the streets, y'all. Now, I am gonna have to pass this one big beautiful bill because that's the way our dear leader Donald Trump wants it. So if that's the way he wants it, that's the way he gonna get it. Now, I understand. I understand. It is a smelly piece of dung, but we is gonna have to come together. You know, come together as one big MAGA loving family, and we gonna have to pass this bill. You know it, and I know it. And if you're scared of the midterms, just wait. If we don't pass this bill, oh boy, there's gonna be ketchup all over this thing, and guess who's going down? And it's not Elon Musk. No, sir. Y'all had better get y'all's act together, because we is gonna have one big beautiful bill, or else. That's word to you. You see, now let me tell you, what we have here in the Republican House is failure to communicate. Now, I know you all want to see the president succeed. Succeed. Now, that's gonna mean we're gonna have to do some sucking. We're gonna have to suck this thing dry. Okay? We gotta pass this big... We're gonna have to pass this big, beautiful bill. We're gonna have to pass this one big, beautiful bill right on down past our tonsils. Hold your nose and swallow hard. Okay, you know what that means. Okay. My mama didn't name me Mike Johnson for nothing. All right, y'all. Have a nice weekend. Bye.